Hey folks, this is Simply Super Dave from the great state of Louisiana. I haven't made a video in a while, figured I'd go ahead and throw one out there. This is in regards to kneeling during the national anthem at football games. Um, Fuck it. It's not disrespectful. They've already told you the reason why they're kneeling, and it has nothing to do with the flag. Okay? But then there are people out there that do have a problem with the flag. That's part two of my discussion real quick. Let's face the first one, kneeling before the flag. Again, the reason why they kneel, and I've even seen an elected official kneel before the flag and still put her hand over her heart and go through the whole thing, which tells me that they obviously don't have a problem with the flag. They're just doing a protest, which, by the way, the flag represents the very freedom of speech which they are using. To me, they are using the flag more than most Americans ever do. Okay? For one, you're kneeling before the flag. Kneeling before something is the most respectful thing you could do. Not disrespectful, but the most respectful thing you can possibly do. If you kneel before something, you're submitting to it. Okay, for one. Two, when a player gets hurt on a football field, what does every other player, even on the other team, do? They take a knee. Okay? Kaepernick even went to a U.S. vet to ask him what was the best thing to do a protest but not be disrespectful to the flag. The vet recommended kneeling. So, if your argument about this whole situation of them kneeling is it's disrespectful to the flag, then you're making up your own point that's not actually being done. Okay? So you're just making up a false argument. Alright? Whether you agree with me or not, that is fact. Okay? You're wanting to argue about a whole different subject, disrespecting the flag, when they're protesting something. They're protesting inequality. And if you don't think there's inequality out there, then you're also either not wanting to see the truth or you're not listening. Okay? So, that covers that part. The second part are people that actually think the flag is a symbol of slavery. Let's get something straight. Slavery has been abolished in our country. This was the country where that happened, okay? Every race of people has been in slavery at some point in time. And I get where you're coming from on saying, well, Francis Scott Key was a slave owner. Actually, slave owners, even the people that freed the slave, were slave owners at some point in time. Because that was the norm of the world. That's just how society was. We're an advanced society. We keep moving forward, okay? All I gotta say is, for you people that say the flag is a representation of slavery for your people, okay? Keep in mind where you got your freedom from. It was under that very same flag. I guess what I'm trying to say here is the flag is what you make it. If you want to keep living in the past and seeing the slavery and the things that were held down by the people living during that time, and then look at the flag and goes, well, that was the flag that was being flown at that time, it ain't the flag's fault. The flag represents all men. Even the Constitution doesn't specify color. It talks about all men. That was the whole point of this country, to be totally free. And that's where we are. But we keep harping on things in the past, even bringing up past issues on current issues, like the inequality. You know, you're bringing it up about slavery and things like that. That's ridiculous. Look at the glasses half full side of it and quit being a glasses half empty. You're carrying it too far. I'm all for equality, and I have no problem with someone protesting the American flag by kneeling to make their point. Well, actually, they're not protesting the flag. I misspoke there. Protesting by kneeling during the anthem to the flag. They're using the flag to voice their opinion about their protest in a peaceful manner. It's everybody else yelling and screaming that are not being peaceful at all, and it actually exposes a lot of the truth and why they're protesting. Now, before anybody even accuses me of being unpatriotic or I don't care about the flag, check yourself. Because I have served, I have nothing but respect and care for my military people. I love them all. And again, this has nothing to do with that. This has to do with how people treat one another in this country based on whatever race the other person is. We obviously still have a problem with that. And it's getting worse. And don't get me wrong, it's not as bad as it was 40 or 50 years ago. So before people out there going, it's worse than it ever has been, check yourself there and go do some history look. Because even when slavery was abolished, it took us God knows how many years before we ever got to the point where we were given equal rights to those very free people. So, and we're still not all the way there yet. And we may never get there. Equality is something that we're striving for. It's like never having a homeless person in the whole world. There's always going to be homeless people. Okay? You're never going to get rid of it all the way. But that doesn't mean you have to stop trying to get as many people off the streets. Same thing with equality. You're never going to have full equality for everybody. But we got to continue to strive to have it, to reach the maximum equality for people that we can. That's the whole point of people being here. Okay? So again, kneeling before the flag, it's not disrespectful. Turning your back to it or not stopping what you're doing, that's disrespectful. But if you still kneel and you're facing the flag and you even have the decency to put your hand over your heart, obviously you care about that flag because you're using it to make your voice heard. And on top of everything else, who watches football for the national anthem? Nobody. Okay? If you're watching football for football, just watch football. Don't worry about it. If it has nothing to do with you or you're not getting involved in it, don't worry about it. Just shut your mouth. Move on with your life. But then again, you do have the freedom to express your side of the story. If you're against it or for it, or if you think it is disrespecting the flag, go ahead. Throw your ignorance out there. Stop making things worse. Everybody needs to work together. That's what made this country great, was the fact that we had people from all nationalities working together in one place. And here we are years later trying to tear it apart. Wake up. If anything else, you might want to get on your knee before the flag, because this country is in pain. It's hurt, and it needs all the prayers it can get. This is Simply Super Dave, signing off. Take care out there, people.